Hey everybody, tonight we're going to be talking about the age-old question that crops up every now and again. Is reselling actually getting harder? And does the hustle actually need a side hustle? Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Monday night again. Here we go again. It's like deja vu. It's like you get that feeling that you've been somewhere before. I guess we have. Every bloody week, deja vu. Welcome back. Thank you for spending your evening with us. Monday evening, nothing else to do, is it? Let's face it. And lots of people dropping in the chat tonight. Thank you everybody for popping along, stopping by, whatever. Very much appreciated. Just me tonight. As I said last week, I did warn you last week, Belle is off for 2 weeks and she's off tonight. Hopefully she'll be back next week. Just some stuff going on. I'm sure she's going to tell you at some point. Probably. Maybe not. Maybe not. Tonight's little subject is reselling getting harder. I think we've asked this question about 6 times since we've been doing these Monday night shows. So I thought it was worth a revisit. I was thinking about a few other things to do with it as well. So we can chat about that a bit later on. So if you've got any thoughts on it, drop it in a bit later. But before we do that, we need to say hello to as many people as possible. We've got to beat Chris to the bottom instead of beat Belle to the bottom, obviously. Let's get the tunage going. And here we go. 2 minutes. Get your hellos in. Come on, guys. Angel Delight is first in. Boiler's packed up. Oh, God. Well, you think ours had packed up as well. I'm not put it on. Jamie D, welcome. Definitely not getting any easier. Kevin Hawthorne from Florida. Not particularly cold up there, I expect. Rosie Marsden. Car Boot Chris is in. Lynn, Karen Evans. We've also got Kivalis, Deborah Sardine, Paul Baker, Carolina Claus, Richard Payne, Rosie Marsden, Demise Family. Hi, guys. I was going to say Deborah Sardine again, but we've already done it. Thrifty Puzzler, Clazla03, Rachel Fantastic, Laura Shark, Phil Higginson, Pumpkin the Picker, Fluffy the Muffin, Lynn the Jeffries, Resell for Rescued, Tap Peddler Derek, Brummy Time Lord Helen, and also got Left-Handed Pixel Fix and Speedfoot. Nothing major. I'm sure I'm repeating myself. Ready Steady Retro, George's Treasure Set Shed. So hard to say that word, George. Chris Tyler. Who else we got? Limelight Vinty, Alknax, Sandra Parker, Fluffy the Muffin says daughter's tree is up. Our tree is up as well. Surprise, surprise. All our decorations are up everywhere. It's like Blackpool illuminations. I think that's everybody, isn't it? Flipper Lee, Ken Jones. Welcome to Ken. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitch, say hello so that we can see you. Show yourself. Not literally, please. That's it. There's your 2 minutes gone. Lisa's dropped in at the end. Welcome. So, oh, I tell you what, I've not got my book out. Hang on a minute. I was using my book to keep my brew warm, right? Because I made it 10 minutes before the show started. So I put that on top of my brew. And now, when I went to have my brew now smells, because it's heated up, it now smells of this, of whatever that's made of. I've got a funny smelling brew now. Never mind. All goes down the same old, doesn't it? Let me get my page out. There we go. Otherwise, we'd have no script. That'd be no good, would it? A scriptless show. Not that we really have a script anyway. Look, if you don't believe me, that's tonight's script. That's the script. There's nothing much there. We're going to play it by ear mostly. Firstly, though, I do have to say, happy birthday. Happy birthday, not happy. We've got a big birthday on the channel. Big birthday. Here we go. It's a happy birthday to Paul from Paul and Murray. Wrong button. Sorry.
Happy birthday! Woo!
Paul from Paul and Marie, happy birthday to you. I don't know if you're watching because you're probably out. You're probably out celebrating your birthday. But also, did you guys hear, right? You know how M's Den have got 1, 2, 3 channels now? The M's Den have now started a 4th channel, guys. I do not know how they're going to do it. 4 channels is ridiculous, isn't it? I can barely manage 1, but they've opened up a 4th channel, and it's called Personal Grooming with Paul and Marie.
We've got this lovely bush.
There's a sneak preview of it.
We've got this lovely bush.
So yeah, look out for the 4th channel, Personal Grooming with Paul and Marie. And yeah, happy birthday to Paul. He needed a special one. Who else we got in the chat? Let's have a little look before we crack on. By gum, some comments coming in. Let's have a look. We've got Life in the First Lane popped in, Paul as well, Johnny 40 Courts, Reseller George, Married to Reselling. We were putting the world to rights the other night. Married to Reselling. That was fun. Ewan. What else we got in here? That's it. I think that's everybody. Oh, here we go. Jamie D, it's my birthday this week too. No YouTube channels though. Well, that's fine. You can still have a birthday. Here we go. Happy birthday to Jamie D.
Happy birthday! Woo!
John Candy, what an absolute legend he was.
Happy birthday! Woo!
I pressed that by accident. Sorry, guys. You got 2 happy birthdays, Jamie D. And also, I need to say as well, big congrats and well done to Mr. and Mrs. Claus, Santa and Mrs. Claus, for successfully getting through their Rally Christmas parade the other day. Belle's going to watch that back. It's on YouTube. So if any of you guys want to watch the Rally Christmas parade featuring none other than our very own Santa Claus, then I'm sure Santa will be in the chat somewhere, and he'll put a link on YouTube where you can go watch it or watch it later. Save for later when you're working tomorrow. Just have it on in the background, and you can see Santa and Mrs. Claus on the big parade. So feel free to drop that link if you like. Is Santa in? I've not even seen him. Oh, there you go. Santa is in. We had a great day. There you go. Is that an updated profile picture, or is that one that remains from a few years ago? Did Santa do a special wave? I've not watched it back yet. I've just not had time. We've been literally busy all weekend. We didn't even get to watch it live. So me and Belle are going to watch it back. I don't know. I don't even know if Santa did the special wave or not. Let us know if you did, Santa, so that we can look out for it. Life in the First Lane went car shopping at the weekend. Won't be pulling the trigger just yet. Another car. You got more money than sense. Yeah, it's a good documentary that I really enjoy. I love John Candy. I really did. I loved all his films, and when he passed away, it was very sad. Such a great actor. I remember going to watch Cool Runnings with John Candy at the cinema, then hearing the next day he just died. Yeah. Was that just after? Did he die just after Cool Runnings? I remember thinking in the program, I said to Belle, I said, God, was it that long ago that he actually passed away? It didn't feel like it was that long ago, but obviously was. That picture is from our first parade in 2018. Oh, you've been doing it that long, Jeff. Jeff, is there any challenges to your Santa crown? Like, do you have to keep auditioning every year to get yourself back on it, or do they just ask you back and keep asking you back until, I don't know, maybe one day they might think that they want another Santa? I hope not. But does it like do the rounds, if you know what I mean? Like, or did they give it to other people, or is it just the best Santa wins, which is obviously you? This was our 8th rally parade. Ross said, I literally just watched Planes, Trains and Automobiles last night. Fantastic film. Now is the right time to watch it. Not the time for Christmas films yet. Oh, we've already been well into the Christmas films. We've watched loads. Spirited being the favourite. Love Spirited, the one on Apple. If you've not watched the Apple movie, Spirited, amazing film. Absolutely love that film. It's currently my favourite Christmas film. Let's see what else we got. Cool Runnings, yeah, classic. Christmas, you miserable. What a Grinch. We should have a little clip with the Grinch on, shouldn't we? I'm going to do this for next week. Anyone who's mean-spirited gets a Grinchy, and I'm pretty mean and miserable most of the time. Have I got anything? Let me just check that I haven't put something in there at some point, because it is probably something that I would do. I've got the Death Pile puzzle still there. There's a throwback for you. Who remembers this?
You may challenge me to a contest. No one has ever won.
Who remembers the Death Pile puzzle? What a classic that was. We've got all the classics in here. But no, I've got nothing for the Grinch. I'm gonna try and remember to put something up next time. El Reventa, by the way, guys, El Reventa Ross is the only person I know so far who has had a USA sale on UK Vinted. He sold something to the USA via their new system, and he shared it in our Discord, the screenshot of the postage thing. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see the address of where it was going to, because we were wondering, is it going to a hub managed by Vinted, which I don't think it is going to go to a hub, because they quite literally don't have the time in their delivery schedule to get it to a hub and then get it to the US. I don't think that's happening. But he shared the screenshot, and actually the postage cost was still only £2.94. I mean, if that's gone international on £2.94, that's some incredible subsidized postage right there. Yeah. But Ross says the Vinted US parcel has been to 2 different InPost sorting facilities, but not giving any other details. Yeah. We've not been able to see the US address. We've not been able to see if it goes to a hub, which I don't think it does go to a hub, but I think we'd know about it by now. I think we'd know if it went to a hub, because why would Vinted keep that secret? They'd just say it's going to a Vinted hub, wouldn't they? Like eBay does. Why would they not tell us it is going to a hub? Why'd it be a secret? God only knows what witchcraft Vinted are dealing with this USA delivery thing. Sod off with Christmas. All our Christmas lights are up right now. Our Christmas tree is up. Everything. Jeff said, I have a special relationship with the parade organizer. I've told her we will continue doing it as long as she wants to have us back. It's so much fun. Oh, that's good that you've got a relationship like that. What's not a Christmas film? Planes, Trains and Automobiles. No, it's not, is it? Is it Thanksgiving? They're getting home. He's trying to get home for Thanksgiving rather than Christmas. Or was it Christmas? I can't remember. I love that film. I can't remember if they were trying to get home for Thanksgiving or Christmas. The Grinch didn't hate Christmas. He hated people. Yeah, I suppose. But I never really liked the Grinch anyway. I'm never really a big fan of the Grinch film. Oh, there you go. It was Thanksgiving, was it? It's going to some sort of hub, but must be contracting to someone else. Maybe. Maybe it's just going to an impost hub, and they then do the international leg. All very mysterious, isn't it? I do feel bad because we're talking a lot about Christmas in our vids. We just die to what we're selling, but personally hate talking about it till the tree goes up around the 17th, 18th of December. Oh my God, another Grinch here. I mean, I'm a Grinch, but that is being a Grinch. What was the item, Ewan says? Ross? Oh, they're doing another parade in a small town near Raleigh, Zebulon. That sounds something out of Star Trek or something, doesn't it? Big Steve will know. Is that place in Star Trek? Zebulon. That's definitely not somewhere in America, is it? Zebulon. Come on, you're pulling my leg there. You're having a laugh, aren't you? Never watched The Grinch. That's because you're in it. Never watched it. Oh, it's an F1 bomber jacket. There you go. Car boot Chris Enterprise Hub. Yeah. All the parcels are coming here, guys. We'll repackage them. Yeah. We'll repackage them. We'll take out the contents and send them on to the US. And then absolve all responsibility, which is exactly what Vinted's going to do when parcels start going missing. It's a real town. Zebulon. Oh, I want to live there. Zebulon. That's mental. Supposed to be 10 days before. Oh, try telling Belle that, Rosie. You got no chance. Jesus Christ. I've been up and down these stairs, taking boxes up and down this weekend like you wouldn't believe. And she had me stood on a chair in the freezing cold. Was it Friday night? Saturday night? She can probably hear me now. Freezing cold, windy, trying to put bloody lights on the outside of the house. Pitch black. That's how much she wanted all the decorations up. Demise said, we put our tree up this weekend. There you go. Couldn't be asked with having them up a few days. That's the point, Demise. That's totally, I'm with you on that one. I mean, much as I don't want to see the tree up for months on end. However, there's definitely a point to be had by not putting all your decorations up and 2 days later taking them down. I mean, that is pointless. I just said to Bella, if we're going to do that, we might as well not bother altogether. Yes, our tree is up. Everything's up, Ewan. The lights outside the house, the lights inside the house. There's tinsel on everything. It is like Santa's grotto right now. Our tree goes up on the 22nd and comes down on the 2nd. Mike hates Christmas, says Linlin. Well, at least you're getting sort of, what's that, 10 days, 11 days out of it? Well, these are the most miserable bastards you're ever going to know. These. Life in the first lane. Go watch them for your car vlogs, but don't bother with anything to do with Christmas. I put the first tree up in 6 years. It's a Christmas tree shaped cat tower. Bloody hell. That's weird. There's a place in Florida called Jupiter. Oh, wow. I want to live there. Can you imagine that? Jupiter. Alex is retro, listing and trying to make some money. Good to hear it. We're not. Deborah Sardine lives with the real Grinch. I love Christmas, but Rob hates it. Yeah, women have a way of getting their way, don't they? My flatmate at uni never took his tree down. Yeah, probably. Sandra, probably. The town was named after Zebulon Baird Vance, the governor of North Carolina during the American Civil War. Interesting. Okay, thank you for the history lesson. What an interesting name, though. Zebulon. Well, at least we've had a good old catch-up. Oh, I did have a note to talk about that USA sale, so we've done that. Something else reselling related. I've just dropped my promoted listings percent from 4.1% to 2.5. I'm going to leave it at 2.5 now. Everything that's promoted after 1 month is 2.5%. So I was doing 4.1, now it's 2.5. So eBay getting a little less of the pie, of my pie, for want of a better phrase. Yeah, so 2.5% now. Has anybody else been changing up their promoted listings rates, the way they promote? I know I've said it a few times about how I promote stuff and how my process goes on eBay. I'll repeat it for you again in case you didn't hear it. But this is what I do. You don't have to copy me. You don't have to do the same thing. You don't have to do anything like it. You do what you like. But right now, as of today, I have 1 month of a new item. Does not get promoted at all. 0 promotions. 0. When it hits 1 month, it goes to 2.5% promoted listings. Flat fee. None of this capped lot. It's just a flat 2.5%. When it gets to the end of month number 2, it gets a price reduction. That's it. Just a price reduction at the end of month number 2. When it gets to the end of month number 3, the item gets ended. Sell similar, tweak of the title, drop of the price again. But this time, promoted listings, because I've sold similar, promoted listings now gets removed again. So it starts again. It goes back to the beginning of the 3-month cycle. So sell similar at 3 months, starts again, no promoted for a month, and then it goes 2.5%, then it goes price drop, then it goes end sell similar again and starts again, until eventually it sells and goes out the door. That's my process. And that is what I'm sticking to religiously. I literally today dropped from 4.1% down to 2.5. Not for any particular reason. I just had a feeling that about the whole eBay promoted listing thing, that if they want to sort of try and take money off us for nothing, then I'm going to reduce what I give them. I'd already reduced it to 4.1. I mean, I'd gone from 10% capped. Like literally they were getting 10% on every promoted sale. And now I'm down to 2.5. I'm not going to drop it any lower. I've not got any plans to take off promoted listings. But I just decided, no, 2.5% is what you're having. If you want it, you can have 2.5%. There you go. Let's see what everyone's been up to on that front. I've seen some comments coming in. Demise says ours is at 2%, but I haven't put anything promoted that I've listed in the last 2 months. Totally forgot. Well, that's not a bad thing. 2% though. That's basically the rock bottom. You can't promote any less than 2%. Remember when it was 1%, guys? And then they changed it to 2%. And there, you remember this, right? It was 1% for as long as promoted listings had been around. It was one. You could do 1%. And then suddenly eBay said, "Hey guys, lowest is 2%." Everybody kicked up a storm. Everybody was pissed off. 2%? Are you joking? I've got to double my percentage. This now, eBay now saying, pretty much if you promote, you will pay. Whether someone clicks on it or not, you are going to pay. I want to go back to the 1% to 2% days, please. That was better. Matt sells stuff. Welcome. Dropped all mine to 2.1. Oops, sorry, just jumped down a bit. Less I can give eBay, the better. Demise said, I'm going to start a similar process as you once I've done a stock check. Oh, good luck with that one. We'll finally finish the check I started over a year ago next. Won't it be out of date though? Like if you started a stock check a year ago, won't that stuff from a year ago need stock checking again? Or am I thinking about that wrong? You're going to have to start again. Christmas is banned. It would be all right, but the shops have had Christmas stuff and music on since September. Oh, this is a good one. Guys, this is a good one. Went into our local post office where I drop all my parcels. Right, forget about Christmas, guys. They were doing cream eggs. Cream eggs in the middle of November. I said to her, what are you playing at? Cream eggs? And she goes, well, people want them. People want the cream eggs. Joking? Cream freaking eggs? Oh, the world's gone mad. Do they still show how many sales are promoted or not? No, they still show it, Class 03. They still show it. Yeah. But basically, if you promote something, you can bet your bottom dollar you're going to pay the fee now. That's just it now. It's an extra fee. If you add, like I'm adding 2.5% on when it gets to a month old, I know that I'm paying 2.5% if it sells in that 2-month period. When it ends and sells similar, I'll take promoted back off again, and then I've got another month, another go at 0 again. That's what I'm doing. I nearly spat on you then. Sorry. So yeah, if you put promoted on, that's what you're paying. So if you decide you want to promote at 10% capped, then that's another 10% fee that you're paying, basically. So your fees on eBay will be close to 25%. That's a lot. Just remember, the minute you hit promoted, that's it, you're paying. I don't know what the percentage likelihood is of you not paying the promoted. I mean, it could happen in the first day or first 2 days, I guess, whereby nobody clicks on the ad, which means if then someone just goes straight and buys it, then you might not pay it. But I would think the percentages are quite low, the chances. They'll probably make it 3% when the year end because nobody wants to promote anymore, Lisa. They'll probably make it 3% minimum now. I could see that happening, Lisa. That would be absolutely something that they would do, I think. They definitely would. Oh, they'd be uproar, wouldn't they? If eBay suddenly said 3%, everybody would throw their toys out the pram. Phil's gone down to 2.1, no notable difference. Life in the first lane, were you nervous checking all the criminal damage stuff? I was fairly confident, but there's always an inkling in your mind that, you know, there could be a problem, but I think it's all legit. I've already listed some of it. It won't be out of date. Changed the whole system and I had to restart. It's a never-ending story. That's not the point, Limelight. That's not the point. It's November. We should not see a cream egg anywhere in sight. Anywhere. Absolutely ridiculous, Ross, isn't it? I was absolutely fuming with it. I love cream eggs. Wink, wink. Oh, Claznel03 is DVD Fangirl. Oh, welcome, DVD Fangirl. I'm sorry, I did not know that was you. It's very hard to know who's who on here now. But welcome. Married to reselling promoted ads levels the playing field between those that spend hours obsessing over keywords and item specifics and those that don't. I know what I'd rather spend my time doing. Okay. Lisa said I've been going through some old stock, getting rid of rubbish and rephotoing old stuff, and old stuff is now selling. Happy days. That's what you want. That's what you want to shift that old stuff. Geordie Reseller, fashionably late, but welcome nonetheless. Am I the only one that stopped promoting when it changed? I think a lot of people changed how they promote. I think some people I spoke to stopped promoting altogether, but I think most people have done a gradual change in promoting on a downward spiral, I think. Andrew, welcome. You changed your picture there. Andrew's already had 2 eggs. You've had 2 cream eggs already? Really? Come on. That's naughty, that. That's me brew gone. Matcha. Let's talk about, is reselling getting harder? Oh, before we do that, let me show you what tonight's duck race prize is before I forget. This is tonight's duck race prize, guys. Courtesy of Santa. An early gift, an early Christmas present. It's a clothes brush thing. Like a vintage brass clothes brush. Got a bit of fluff on that. In the shape of a duck, 2 ducks actually. Be quite nice on your sideboard, on your dressing table. And yeah, it's got this on the bottom. And that's it. That is tonight's duck race prize. So whoever wins that, you are going to love it. Look, 2 heads for the price of 1. That's what she said. Did we life in the first time? We did a cream egg challenge on work once. One lad at 6, the other had 8. I had 16. Watching them do the challenge, I wasn't even. You greedy get. At 16, I think I would literally throw up. I would projectile vomit everywhere if I had 16 cream eggs. That is terrible. Is Lana there? Is Lana there? Does she have knowledge of this? Because I know that she would be absolutely disgusted with that behavior. Demise, we've just had about 10 boxes of mint. You've eaten 10 boxes of mince pies. What? Deborah said, talking about chocolate, we bought the largest bar of Cadbury's chocolate for a gift. Oh, you know what, Debs? We do that all the time. I'm constantly saying to Belle, have we got anything to nibble on? And she's like, no, got nothing. Oh, what about those chocolates up there? Well, in the gift box, that's not nothing. We can eat one of those. We can always replace it. That's what I say. We can always replace it, can't we? Demise were an entire duck store next to Comic-Con. Oh, I'm gonna make her watch that back. What time? Timestamp 30 minutes. Timestamp 30 minutes. Timestamp, and I'll tell Lana about that. I'm gonna snitch. I'm gonna snitch on you, Steve. They do have a big family, but that's a lot of mince pies. I can take mince pies or I can leave them, you know. I can't say they're my favourite thing ever, but if there's a proper nicely done mince pie, I'll have it. Like, don't like the cheapy ones. Don't mind homemade ones as well. My mum used to make, she's watching, she used to make mince pies in her younger days. She won't have a chance now, but she used to make nice mince pies. Right, let's talk about, is reselling getting harder? Well, this is a question that we've talked about many times. We say it all the time. So give us your views in the chat. You know, is reselling getting harder at the moment? There's lots of elements to this. Like, there's not just one simple answer. And what might be the answer now might be different tomorrow. That's just the way it is. John Parker here on YouTube says, sourcing seems to be getting harder at car boots. The competition seems to have increased a lot in the last few years. And you know what I've noticed, John, as well, which obviously makes things harder, is I feel like we pay a lot more for items now at the boot sales. I mean, charity shops is a foregone conclusion. We all know that. Whenever we buy from charity shops, we're all paying more money. You know, they're asking a lot of money for things now in charity shops. But boot sales were always the cheap of the cheap, weren't they? And you still can get cheap of the cheap, don't get me wrong. There's still some amazing deals to be had. But I think sometimes, because competition is rife, you do pay up a lot quicker than what you used to. Like, if you're at a stall and you got loads of people around you and you pick up like an N64, I mean, let's say N64, or yeah, let's just say that. There's an N64 and you're first to it. Are you going to try and haggle, or are you going to just try and buy it at, if it's a fair price she's asking, are you just going to pay it? I think we're paying a lot more for stuff, for our products these days, a lot more for our goods. Cost of goods has gone up a lot. Definitely has. I think a lot of resellers, when I watch resellers videos, I watch a lot of different ones, different sellers on YouTube, and I do notice that people don't half pay up for stuff. I don't mind paying up for stuff if it's like, if I can buy something for 40 and flip it for 100. Some people might say it's not worth it, but because of that profit, that level of profit, not necessarily the percentage, but the profit, then it couldn't be worth it. And now, years ago, I wouldn't have done that, but nowadays, I think you probably have to. But I see resellers on YouTube paying up a lot for stuff, like buying something for 10 or 12 and selling it for 20. Now, I don't know. I guess if you know it's going to sell immediately, then fair dues, but you buy something for 10 or 12 and sell it for 20, is it worth it? I mean, it could be. I mean, Demise family, for example, those guys were at a boot sale the morning of a Comic-Con. They were picking up stuff at the boot sale to put on their Comic-Con stall and flip immediately. Now, I think that's an exception to the rule of the profit margin, because If you can just double your money like that without any effort, I'm just going to buy at the boot sale, and in an hour's time, it's going to be on my Comic-Con stall. I'm going to double my money for no effort whatsoever. I'll have that. You've not had to sit and list it. You've not had to take the time. You've not had to clean it up. You just shoved it on your stall that you were doing the same day. And that's kind of an exception to the rule, I think. But generally, I've seen people at boot sales paying up quite a bit of money. Let's get back to the chat. Lisa said, I think in general, sourcing is getting harder as people know what things are worth these days. Yeah. Yeah. And it's not, Lisa, it's not just about YouTube, this either. This is just in general. This is just general knowledge. The answers to our questions are at our fingertips like they've never been before. Like, you can go on ChatGPT now, and a lot of people know it. You can go on ChatGPT, you can take a picture of something, and ChatGPT will give you a summary of that item, including, if you want it, its rough value on eBay or online or on Amazon or whatever. And people can just search eBay, people can search Vinted and all that stuff. We have information at our fingertips, including YouTube as well. So definitely we're in a world where people do know. And how many times are you at a boot sale and someone tells you that they've looked it up on eBay already before you buy it? I mean, does your heart sink when you know they've looked at it on eBay? Because that's the future. That's where we're heading. We're heading into generations of people selling. Okay, they might still sell in person, like at boot sales and stuff like that. But we're heading into a generation that are going to know the value of everything when they sell it. And that's going to change boot sales a lot as we go into the future, a lot. It's really going to change the game. And people will still want to sell for cash and in person. I'm not saying it's going to stop, but I do think people are going to reach for higher values based on what they feel it's worth online. Too many traders at boot sales wanting full price for stuff, says Life in the First Lane Steve. Claz says, DVD Fangirl says, items cost more, fees cost more, postage costs more. Good points, all good points. Yet the amount you can get for items still seems to stay the same. But it does, DVD Fangirl, does it even stay the same? This is another argument that I'm having, is that the price that we're getting for things, I think, is going down. I think for us as resellers to get the sale, I'm noticing in this last year, I'm having to be a lot more flexible on my offers, incoming and outgoing, in order to get the sale. Because otherwise, people move on to the next person and they'll buy from someone else, or they'll go to Vinted instead of eBay, or they'll go to eBay instead of Vinted, or they'll go to Depop, or they'll go and check this place, they'll go and check that place. People are much more savvy. They want things cheaper. They don't have as much money. Let's face it, you know, we're in cost of living crisis and people don't have as much money. So I think that all those factors are forcing the prices down a little bit, whereby we're having to accept lower offers just to get things moving. It's not always a bad thing, to be honest with you. Sometimes, I've said this a million times, sometimes us resellers get hung up on our prices too much. We're not flexible enough. And when offers come in, I think you have to stay really, really focused on how much did it cost me, not how much I think it's worth. It cost me £3. It's there on my SKU. It cost me £3. I've got it up for 50, but I'm haggling over something at 40. Well, just take it. It costs you £3. That's kind of that's where I am at the moment, is if there's profit in it, stop haggling so much. Let it go. Get the green waves going, as Polish Pete says. You know, make a sale, get the green wave going, make more sales. And I think that in itself is driving prices down, because people's expectations are that the prices should be lower. But we have to sell. There's a lot of competition. So what do you do? Are eBay going to do anything for us business sellers? Still waiting. ChatGPT, Lisa. That's probably the big thing that they were talking about. Free ChatGPT for a year. £20 a month. £240 they've given business sellers. £240 bonus. I think that's the thing that they were talking about. Earlier this year, they were saying we're going to give business sellers something later this year. It was probably that. Andrew said, I've gone down the line of doing consignment selling stock. Consignment selling stock comes to me. Good idea. Profit margins are less, obviously. You still got to put in a similar or same amount of work. The only thing is you don't have to buy the product, which that's a bonus to that one, isn't it? Everyone operates different ways of working, don't they? A lot of sellers seem to research. Yeah. Lucy said, I don't know if it's getting harder, but there are more people doing it, but you have to adapt to it. The only time I haggle it is when I do a bundle deal. Yeah, that's a good point. If a kid's selling, I try not to haggle as much as I want to. Yeah. You're under pressure, aren't you, with the kids selling? Yeah. It does encourage them. Yeah. I agree with that one if I can. But like you, if I'm doing a bundle, definitely I'll be reaching for a bundle deal. Demai said, I've offered to pay more at a car boot because there was too many buyers trying to get the same item. Oh, did you get that on camera, Demise? I'd love to see that on camera. I don't think I've seen that many times where somebody's competing and offers to pay more. Married to reselling, I think for a lot of things like old consoles, scarcity is real, meaning prices will naturally increase buying and selling, whereas there's plenty of cheap stuff in categories that are less trodden. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it was just an example with the N64. It's probably a bad example, to be honest with you. But yeah, you know where I was going with it. Selling the way I do at large fairs, I do pay up for the better items, usually sourcing on Facebook, but the sellers are now asking more for items than I do at expensive fairs, so it is now hard. Yeah, because people can do their own research, can't they? Yeah, I get it. Fluffy the Muffin, knowledge bomb. Boom. Exactly that. It's only worth what someone is willing to pay. It's so true. It's such a well-spoken bit of turn of phrase, that, isn't it? It's only worth what someone is willing to pay. Exactly. And you can sit around on your offers for months and months and months thinking that something is worth what it's not and losing out on sales. It's just worth thinking about, that's all. I think about these things a lot, like strategies. Should I be accepting lower offers? Should I be negotiating more or negotiating less? Or bird in the hand is another one. Fluffy the Muffin, there you go. Put that one with your bird in the hand. Put it in combination with yours. Yeah. I do think we get stuck on our prices a lot. You know? I think it should always boil down to what did you pay for it and how much profit do you stand to make on it with this offer. And if you're making some fair or reasonable profit, then there's definitely an argument for you to take it. I had a couple of regrets. I do it. I tell you these things, right? And then sometimes I'm guilty of it myself and I kick myself nearly every time. Like over the weekend, I had a couple of big offers for a couple of I say big offers. They're not big, you know, 50, 60 pound offers, you know, fairly big offers on a couple of items. But okay, it might have been £100 item. And both of them I countered, right? Only a little bit more, because I thought if I counter a little bit, they might just nibble. And they didn't nibble. They went and had the dinner somewhere else. So they didn't have a nibble. And I lost 2 big sales. I would have had £100 on 2. and I would have made profit on both of them. So why didn't I take them? Why? Greed? It's got to be on it. Greedy. Car boot Chris, you greedy bastard. Should have taken those deals. Take the deals when they're on the table. Who knows when they're going to be put on the table again? That old saying. Oh, I wish I took all my advice and took it myself. Even car boot Karens can now buy to resell with tech nowadays. Yeah, banging on Vinted. Very, very easy, isn't it? Shove it in a Tesco bag, bit of tape. Off you go. Sandra said, I was reading today on Google that charity shops are really struggling due to reselling platforms and cheap fashion. Well, they're struggling because their prices are ridiculous, aren't they? And people are not going to charity shops predominantly because their prices are stupid. Me, for one, I stopped going. I don't buy in charity shops anymore because the prices are unrealistic. They're unrealistic for me to buy something for me. I'm not spending £30 on a super dry coat for me. You know, it's unrealistic. And that has forced people like me to stop going in the shops to buy. So it will force other people to stop going in. And then those people turn to the likes of Vinted and eBay and go elsewhere. And therefore, the high street shops, I stand by this, and I said it many times. I think the charity shops as we know it, the high street charity shops as we know it, unless something drastic happens in the world, will cease to exist on the high street by 2030. That's my prediction. And in all likelihood, it will be a lot earlier than that. We're already seeing it happen. We're already seeing the chains of charity shops disappear off the high street. Doesn't mean the charities are dying. It just means their shops are gone. Lisa said, lately I've been getting some low offers and I counter them if they're really low, but I had one that offered me the same. Oh, they are annoying. When people just come back to you, you decline it and they come back to you with the same price again, or you counter and they just counter at the same price. Very annoying. That does annoy me, that. Life in the first lane. As a collector, it's not so bad. You've seen me pick up some good stuff in the last few weeks, but I'm finding I've got to spend so much more each week. Gone are the days of a cheap deal. Yeah. Even for collectors. Even for collectors are having trouble getting the deals now. I would have rather had lower fees, said Lisa. Not going to happen, is it? I mean, £240 a year as a bonus for us. For 1 year, by the way. Not for any longer. They've not said for any longer. Just 1 year. It's not really a lot, is it? It's a token gesture that is probably a deal with OpenAI or whatever it is, the company that owns ChatGPT. It's a deal with them, isn't it? Where they probably wouldn't have. They're probably not paying them the £20 a month anyway. Probably paying them £5 a month for it or something, or probably paying them nothing. Deal to get people on and get people hooked. That's another thing, isn't it? You get hooked into ChatGPT, whereas you get to a point where you use it for different things so much that you wouldn't want to be without it. You know? Ewan says there's definitely a lot more tools today to make things easier, such as AI improving listings, programs for cross-listing. That's all true, totally. Andrew said the Chat GPT we have from eBay is £200 a month. Really? £200 a month? What's the difference? I didn't know it was that much difference. I've tried it, and to me it don't look no different than the £20 a month one. At the fairs we have fantastic stock, but at weekends fair buyers were coming straight in for the kill at half price. It was very hard. ended up doing okay. Crikey, people coming in at half price. Yeah. I'm not surprised whatsoever. I'm really not. Lisa said, would you take £10 on an item up for $22.95? Okay, well, Lisa, like, there's a couple of things at play. Like, how long have you had it, and what did you pay for it? If you've had it a year and you paid £1, I'd be inclined to take it and run and just call it a day, cash in, and call it a day, because it's not doing you any favors on eBay for that long. But if you only bought it a couple of weeks ago, then probably not. I'd probably counter. You just have to judge every like offer on its merits. You know what I mean? Life in the first lane. At the boot sale at the weekend, Steve came with us. You probably saw it on the video if you've watched the video. This guy had a PlayStation. It was a bit battered and the lid was wonky, you know, the common problem on the PlayStation. And I said to him, does it work? And the guy said it used to. And Steve was like, didn't all of them used to work? So, yeah, that was funny. Yeah, good point. Yeah, make your money when you buy the item. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Ross said, yes, I have some stuff from a contact, and because I paid not so much, my margin is good, and I lowered prices and the stuff is flying out. I had my best weekend this one. That's good, Ross. Good to hear. Yeah, Lisa said, why can't charity shops just lower the prices, see how it goes? No idea. I'm a big fan of like, you know, when charity shops say like it's a £1 shop or a £3 shop, like, you know, everything in the shop is a set price and it's cheap. I'm a big fan of that. Like pound shops. We all love a pound shop, don't we? We all love to go in the pound shops and know that everything is £1. So I don't understand why charity shops don't do more of this. A pound, have a charity shop pound. I know some do. I've seen one or two occasionally, or they might do a sale where everything's a pound. Just have a charity pound shop. They got the stuff for free. The pound shop has to pay 50p for its pound items. The charity shop's getting it for free. I know they've got other costs involved, but jeez, I'd run a pound shop, me, or a £2 shop or something like that, just to get people in. I'd love a pound shop, and not where they just send all the shit as well. Just everything a pound in here. Everything a pound. Lisa said it would be £5 in a few months. Probably not. I'd probably counter at 15 and just try and shift it. I'd probably counter at 15. eBay should buy and integrate photo room. It's amazing how they don't seem to like do much like purchasing of tools and apps and build them for themselves in their platform. You think they would, wouldn't they? It'd be surely, well, I don't know for sure, but you think it might be more cost effective than actually having developers make things that don't work. Yeah, Steve comes a lot. Yeah. He's always carrying my bags, which is a massive help because sometimes I get a bit overloaded and it gets heavy. So he's an absolute legend for that. Enterprise equals bigger limits, faster speeds, stronger security, team tools, which no one needs. No data training, plus great solo use, but capped. I didn't. To be fair, Phil, I tried it. I didn't know any difference. But the problem is now I'm integrated into my other one. I don't really want to let that one go. Rachel went to my local £1 charity shop today. There you go. You see, Rachel went to a £1 charity shop. Exactly what I'm talking about. I wish the pound shops are still a pound because some, yeah, some are still fat. They have a corner with £5 on, don't they? Yeah. Wait a minute. Let me read this. There's a 20p shop in Otley. Everything is 20p. Bloody hell. That is amazing. I mean, they might as well give it away for free, mightn't they? I tell you how they'd make more money than that. Here's a great idea. I've just come across an amazing idea for a charity shop or a thrift shop. Charity shop. Let's say charity shop because people are more inclined to do it. So you just have a thing on the desk, on the counter. You have a thing on the counter that says donation for anything. So you can take an item in exchange for a donation. And I think most people, yes, some people would scam them, some people would nick things, some people would put a penny in. But I think most people would put at least £1 in for an item. I would. So in this shop, I think they'd make more money if they just put a thing on the counter that said donation rather than 20p. Because some people would put £1 in and some people would put more than £1 in. Pay what you want. Pay what you think it's worth. Donation. Just saying, it's an idea. What's the worst that can happen? A charity shop could do it on one day. What's the worst that could happen? Pay what you think it's worth. Oh, I think it's worth £1. There you go. It's better than 20p, isn't it? God, I don't know why charities don't employ me more. I have a £1 charity shop near me. It's great. Notice that the manager's specials tend to be in the increase, though, and they price it more. Yeah, I guess that's okay to have the odd premium item, as long as the majority of the store is £1. What was that post eBay made? eBay. What was that post Andrew made about going into admin? It was. I think it was a joke of some kind, Chris. I don't think it was genuine. Ross said, Chris, I'm keeping my own chat GPT as it's my own personal one, but I'm keeping the enterprise one too. Yeah, I've got both. Ross. Probably greedy, innit? It's mostly shite, but the 20p is a strict rule. That's good though, isn't it? 20p for everything. There you go. Great idea, wasn't it? Ewan says we have a charity shop that is pay what you want. I knew there'd be one somewhere. Let's have a quick look down the chat because we're nearly at the bottom. I don't even think I covered all my subjects with the whole is reselling getting harder. I'll have a check in a sec. Hi, Kez TV, welcome. There's a charity shop in Oldham where everything is £1. Okay, let me just have a quick look down my little list for is reselling getting harder. So multi-platform pressure. This was something that I was thinking about. It's like, because reselling feels like it's getting harder and it feels like it's getting harder to get the sale, I think there's a lot more pressure these days for you to list on multi-platforms, especially when you see the likes of Vinted doing very, very well, people making lots of sales on there. And that puts added pressure on you in your day-to-day business to cross-list, to manage both platforms, to sell on both, to list on both. So yeah, and also that causes you more stress. It causes you more workload, potential burnout. That makes things a bit harder. So yeah, that multi-platform pressure. If you've got anything to say about that, you can put it in the chat. Do you feel that? Do you feel that you need to be on those additional platforms just to make your reselling work? Like, if you were just eBay, do you think you'd be okay? Or do you think now that you are eBay, Vinted, Depop, that you wouldn't want to be without them? And in turn, like, when this kind of links onto it, so when you cross list or multi list or whatever, do you then also have the additional worry that you're spreading the pie too thinly or spreading the pancake too thin or whatever you want to call it? Because that also means that your attention is drawn away from different platforms. So for those of you who were all in on eBay and then suddenly you had to split some of your time away to Vinted, does that mean that maybe you lost a bit of eBay, but then gained a bit of Vinted? Bit of a juggling act, isn't it? And also, I did want to say that the market out there, the buying and selling is still very busy. But with the cost of living and this offers culture right now, where people really literally are offering half the price a lot of the time, that it makes it more difficult to make a sale. But yeah, that pretty much covered. I mean, you guys have covered most of what I wanted to talk about. Is it getting harder? I think yes. But the sales are still there. Still having some good sales on eBay. Sales are still there. But I do think it goes right back to what I was saying earlier about, yes, it's difficult. But I also think that alongside that, we need to be more flexible, or I certainly need to. And I guess if it applies to me, then it probably applies to one or two of you guys as well. Be more flexible. Take the sale if it gives you fair profit. And if you've had something a long time, let it go. I think that pretty much sums it up. It's difficult, and in this week's podcast, which I'm hoping to do on Thursday, it's just going to be me, the last one of the series, just going to be me. I'm going to be talking to you a bit like this. We're going to be talking about something that I've been thinking about for quite a while, right? And it's something that bothers me a little bit, and we're going to have some home truths on Thursday. Honestly, we're going to talk some home truths. And I think the subject is going to be titled something along the lines of, am I building a business or am I just building work? Just have a think about that for a minute. Like, am I building a business or am I just building work? I'm kind of not sure. I'm not even sure of the answer to that, right? And in 2026, I want to make some key changes to my business and the way I work. Because right now, I honestly think that I am just like in a process of creating work for myself. And you might find that to be a strange concept, but I'm just wondering where I'm going a little bit. And in 2026, I want to make some changes to that. I don't necessarily want to earn a lot more money, but I just don't want to be working my ass off. Because right now I feel like I'm working my ass off a lot, dealing with Whatnot, dealing with eBay, dealing with Vinted, dealing with YouTube, and everything around all of that. Buying and selling, going to boot sales. It's like, Christ, how many hours am I putting in a week? We've been there before. We talked about 60, 70 hours a week in the past. So, goes back to the question, am I building a business or am I just building work? I'm not sure what the answer is, but we're going to talk about it in depth on this week's podcast. So please come and listen. Please come and join the chat, because I'm just going to have an honest conversation about this. I'm just going to give some home truths to myself about am I really actually building a business? I'm not even sure. I mean, we call ourselves small businesses. We're not even small businesses. We're micro businesses according to the definition. And could I be doing, I'm only going to say I, because I don't think I should push this on you guys. Could I be doing a lot better or doing things differently in the future? In 2026, I want to do things a bit differently. It's going to be difficult, but I do want to do things a bit differently. Because I don't just want to build work. Yeah. Just looking through the chat. I think they do, Alex. They do, but I think there's a distinct difference between the two as well. They do come hand in hand. You do have to work to have a business. But what I'm saying is, if you think outside of the box with that phrase, am I building a business, or am I just going out? In the very, very lowest sense of the word, what I'm doing is I'm going out, I'm buying stock, I'm coming home, I'm stacking it up, and then I'm listing it, and I can never buy that stock again. So all I'm doing is building work for myself, just work on work on work. Going out and buying something, listing it. I mean, that's what we do with resellers, right? But I'm just asking ourselves, where do we go from here? That's it. That's all I'm saying. Where do we go from here? Good point, says Steve. You all left normal jobs, but when was the last time you did a 37-hour week? Never. And this is it. I've got a whole podcast ready for Thursday, guys. Right. I've made loads of notes on it because this is really close to what I'm thinking right now. It's really close to where my head is with reselling. You know, how free are, here's another question. I don't want to go too deep into it, but I keep getting all this coming into my head. How free are we, right? How free are we? We say that we're self-employed resellers because it gives us freedom. How much freedom do we actually have? I'm asking you some hard questions. How much freedom do we have? I have to list every day. I have to get up and do the postage every day. I have to go out and buy stock every day. How free are we? I can switch things around a bit. That gives me some freedom. Maybe I'm overthinking it. How free are we? We're tired. Can't go on holiday without organizing things. I have to work harder before I go. I have to work harder when I come back from holiday. I have to deal with stuff while I'm on holiday. How free are we as resellers? I'm waiting. Free of annoying colleagues. There is always that, isn't there? Listen, I'm playing devil's advocate partly, but it's also a lot of things that are going on in my head right now with reselling. I'm not quitting. I'm not about to quit. Don't worry. I'm unemployable. Nobody's going to employ me now. Seriously. I don't want to work for anybody now. I'll just work my ass off into the ground until I'm 6 foot under. But can I do things differently? Because I'm just in this philosophical mode at the moment where I want to do things a little bit differently next year, 2026. Just want to do things a bit differently. Honestly, just want to have an honest conversation about this. Come and join me on Thursday. That's it. No more chat. No more chat. Because it will put me off. Lisa said, at the moment, I've been putting my stats into ChatGPT and we've been working on getting my average sale price up and getting more high-priced items. They said I'm going in the right direction. That's good, Lisa. That's nice, actually, to try and get your average sale price up. Mine's tanked a little bit. You know why? Because I've been doing some I did that period of auctions, and over the last few weeks I've done some auctions. I'm not doing them anymore. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time and effort, the auctions. So I'm not doing them anymore. But what that also did was it tanked my average sale price by about £6. It put it down to about £24 when I was pushing over the £30 mark. I want to get that back over. I want to get that back up to the £30 mark. But yeah, it's good. It makes you feel better when you're having to sell less numbers to make a similar amount of money or more amount of money. I'm hoping it will be an interesting conversation. That's totally true, Ross. Everybody is different. I would never push my views on anyone, but I want to have this honest and open conversation. If it doesn't resonate with you, then fair dues. Yeah, I wouldn't even dare look at my hourly rate. Awful. But we're free, aren't we? Aren't we free? Free to do what we want, to be what we want to be. Want to get loaded. I would not look at my hourly rate. Absolutely shit. Let's get down the chat a little bit. No, I'm not thinking of giving up. No, I'm not. No, not at all. Like I said, I'm unemployable. Come back Thursday, you will get the answer. Well, I don't even know if we'll get an answer. We'll just have an honest conversation about it, and people will take from it what they want. It might not mean anything for some people. BTP says, I've gone back to work full-time as reselling wasn't providing the hourly rate I needed. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. And we're going to talk about the comparisons of reselling and working, like financially as well, because there's things that people don't think about when you do a comparison financially. Andrew Milburn says, but yes, we have daily tasks, but I love what I do, and soon 26 years selling on eBay. I'm excited as ever. That's great. I love that you are still enthusiastic about it. I am as well. I am. But sometimes I think it's good to ask yourself some important questions. And even if it's a difficult question to ask yourself, I think it's good to ask it anyway for self-reflection purposes. Selling downloadable assets related to reselling. Is that what you're doing, Kez? Hourly rate. It's not even worth working out, I wouldn't think. The number of hours I must put in a week. Yeah, I'm not doing auctions anymore, Lisa. I've given up on them. There's just been one big waste of time. 9 out of 10 people don't even pay, and that's a fact. You can't even dispute it because I've experienced it. 9 out of 10 people don't even pay. Of all these sales I've made on auctions in the last couple of months, probably 9 out of 10 haven't paid. It's an absolute joke. The auction system on eBay is broken, and when you consider that, if you consider eBay started with auctions, that's their roots, is auctions. They've made a complete hash of it now. It's a mess. DVD Fangirl says, what's everyone's goals for the business for 2025? You mean 2026, DVD Fangirl, next year? I'd like to have less of a death pile. It's a good goal to have. What time Thursday? I don't know. It'll probably be like 1 o'clock or something like that, which it normally is. So I'll remind people, don't worry. Lisa said, I'm just hoping they don't lower the VAT to 30. Well, that will force us to reflect even further, won't it? I mean, we might be talking about that on Thursday. Who knows? I'm not sure it's going to happen. I think it's 50-50. Who knows? Right. What we got coming up this week, podcast Thursday. You know about that now. It's going to be Thursday, and it's going to be the last one of the series. I need a break now anyway. It's so mentally draining and time consuming. I enjoy it. Excuse me, I enjoy doing it, but it's so consuming, all consuming when you're doing those big interviews. So it's just going to be me this week reflecting on stuff. I'm thinking of doing Whatnot on Friday. It's Black Friday, and on Whatnot they're offering us as sellers 0% fees to sell on Friday. Part of me says do it Thursday and take the hit on the fees, because less people are going to be selling on Thursday. Everyone's going to wait till Friday. But then part of me says sell on Friday because you're not paying any fees, or not paying the main fee. You still have some other fees to pay. So I'm considering a Whatnot either Thursday evening or Friday at some point. And then there's a tabletop sale video out on Saturday that we went to at the weekend. No, not for you. No, for you, I mean, you've got the reach profile. I'd like to do it for another subject, but not sure yet. Oh, you mean downloadables? I don't know what I'd do, to be honest with you, Kez. I haven't got the first clue about selling assets, downloadable assets. I'll ask ChatGPT later. Demise, whenever you want to start, you're free. What have I missed? Who's starting? The duck race? And Ready Steady Retro says, I do think some of the higher cost of goods and lower selling prices is the entire used goods market are slowly leveling up with each other. Car boot, charity shops, Vinted and eBay. I think there's something in that. The used goods market, ChatGPT was saying to me earlier when I was asking some questions about the used goods market, was that it's at its highest levels ever right now, and into categories that it's not been so big in the past. Secondhand goods is now a mainstay for many families across the country. Things like furniture, clothing, even though we know that a lot of people buy secondhand clothing, but it's bigger than ever now. Furniture and clothing were two of the things I remember it saying, and electronics. Furniture, clothing, and electronics were three of the things it said have increased massively the percentage from people who buy new and people who buy pre-loved. This pendulum is swinging right over to the pre-love side on all three of those categories. So that's what market indications have been saying lately, those three categories. So it's very interesting. More and more people turning to secondhand and pre-loved. Oh, the podcast now. Thursday, you have to come back. Trugman, just admiring your flat layboard. What wood thickness did you use? There's no video on it, Trugman. I keep meaning to do one. You know what? The number of people that have asked me to make a video on how I made this is crazy. I need to make one. I think the wood was 11 milli thick, like chip. It's only chipboardy type stuff. It wasn't anything fancy, because all you're doing is covering it. I got the inspiration for this from M's Den, guys. They have a video on how they made theirs, and it's very similar to mine, although they put carpet on theirs. I just put like felt on mine, and it's almost, I would say, almost identical. So I might make a video, but in the meantime, if you want to watch, go and look for M's Den's video for this. They made one. Oh, you didn't know the start time, right? I get you. Sorry, I'm getting tired now. I've talked too much. Normally I've got a sidekick with me, but I haven't. Oh, and there's the video for the Rally Christmas Parade, guys. If you want to save this for later, you will see Mr. and Mrs. Claus on the parade. Oh, there you go. Birkenhead is going to be the place to be soon. The shop owners are starting to work together, putting events on. Nice. Yeah, I'll have to make a trip there. How do you go about cleaning the flat lay? That's a tricky one. You could hoover it. I haven't cleaned it yet. I've not really needed to. The felt does get dirty. I tend to, on a regular basis, I'll give it a brush, or I will use, a lint remover to get all the bits off. But I've got a feeling like once a year, I'm probably going to have to recover it, because you see on the edge here where I'm stood, where I stand and do photographs and stuff, it does get a bit dirty along the edge there. So I reckon about once every year I'm going to just recover it with a new felt. Anyway, we're done. Let's go and do the duck race. Who's ready for it? So this is the duck race prize for tonight. I did show it earlier, courtesy of Santa. It is a vintage clothes brushy thing. I could use that to clean my thing, couldn't I? Just give it a wipe over. And it comes with these brass bits. That's tonight's duck race prize. So let's scooty over to the duck race. Oh, Kez TV has sent a gift membership. Oh, that's very nice of you, Kez. Who have you sent a gift membership to? Lisa. Oh, Lisa, you got a gift membership from Kez. That's very, very kind of you, Kez. Thank you. Lisa, if you send me a message, I'll send you a month's entry into the Discord, and you can come and join us for a month. Right. Here we go. Ducky race. Have to bear with me a second, folks. Are we on there? Are we on? There we are. 2 minutes on the clock. Just get some tunes going. Keep getting copyright for this bloody DuckTales thing. Keep having to appeal it. I'm going to put the volume down slightly on it so that I don't get copyrights quite as easily. Let's see if that works. If I get another bloody copyright and go nuts. Here we go. Right. Talk over it, then it won't hear it properly. Here we go. There we go. Duck race, folks. Line them up. Line up the ducks. Here we go. Let's just load up. 1, 2, 3, and they are. So we're off. And it's a quick start. And who's first? Dizzy J takes an early lead with Deborah Sardine swimming up behind. Deborah Sardine actually takes the lead now. In fact, can we see VAR, please? Is that in the line? Is it in the line? I'm not sure. I think it's a bit dodgy. Dodgy VAR decision coming up, probably. Karen Evans, Titch is currently leading. Karen Evans in second, maybe. Jeff Davis in second. Jeff Davis is currently leading now with a naked duck. And we've got Netspresso with Spider Duck. ANPR is Trump Duck. Brett is in the middle with the pink sparkle duck. Lisa's up there. We've got Carboot Keith. We've got Brett is still there. 49 Toddy. Karen Evans takes the lead with the naked duck. And towards the back of the pack, Emsden is with the woolly hat there, just dropping off. Elliot, we've got Parker, Ready, Steady, Retro. Ali Evans has lost it. Lisa's lost it. Dizzy J still holding in there. Mark Hill takes the lead with the top hat. Alknax and Dorothy Watkinson leads with a bright red duck. And Sheriff Roscoe comes up into second spot. And Brett Holt in third place with the pink sparkly duck. Emsden UK are creeping up out of nowhere here. Could Paul win on his birthday? Could we see a win from Paul and Murray on their birthday? And Paul and Murray from Emsden are currently leading with Dorothy Watkins in second, with Lin Lin in third. No, it's kind of changed slightly, but they're the top three. But Trump now takes the lead. Nope, Trump's gone. Trump has gone. Lin Lin takes the lead. Could Lin Lin see a second win on the trot? Lin Lin is leading with 10 seconds to go. Flip and Phil in second place. Emsden UK have dropped out. It's all very close, but who's going to get it? Nothing Major wins. Nothing Major. 777 with a stripy purple duck wins the duck race tonight, and they have won the most coveted prize, which is the brass clothes brush with the dish, and that is a belting prize. It's going to Nothing Major. Did the music go off? The music went off. Where's Nothing Major? Are they here? Are they here tonight? That was the 187th duck race. We're nearly at 200 duck races. Oh my god, we've wasted so much of our life on these duck races. How many items could I have listed in that time? Is Nothing Major here? Nothing Major, if you are here, make yourself known. You are the winner of tonight's duck race, and you need to message me on Instagram or Facebook, or you can email me on my business email address down below, Carboot Chris. And well done to Nothing Major. Nothing Major joins the 4-time Champions Club. Wow, 4 times. And there's loads of people here who've never won a duck race. Put your hands up in the chat if you've never won a duck race. We've got the Champion of Champions race coming up around Christmas time, where we will have an amazing hamper of goodies to give away as a prize. Oh, there's Nothing Major. Well done. Don't forget to message me. If you don't message me, I'll forget to send you the prize, so you must message me. Send me your address so I can send it out to you. Fluffy the Muffin's never won. Ewan has never won. Paul Hillman has never won. And if you want to enter the duck race and you don't know how to enter it, all you do is when tonight's show is finished, just come back to the video and make a comment. Any comment you like, doesn't matter what it is. You can do an emoji of a duck if you want, that'll do. And that will get you entry into next week's duck race. And that's all you do. After every show, just come and make a comment and you'll get into the next duck race. Andrew Milburn has never won a duck race. Brett's never won either. I won a Christmas show once. That's cool. Globetrotters never won anything before. Anything at all. Frey Andy Bentos has never won. And Jeff says Carol McDonald leads everyone with an incredible 7 duck race wins. That is mental. 7 duck race wins. Anyway, we're pretty much done. Are we ending with Chat G again? I don't even know if I can be bothered tonight with Chat G. I don't know if I can. Oh, I've got a return, for God's sake. Got a return coming back. Bloody hellfire. That's annoying, isn't it? Oh, go on. Let's talk to Chat G for a minute. Let's go. Hey, Chat G.
Hey there. Always good to chat. Let me know what's on your mind or what we're diving into today.
Well, we're live on YouTube. I thought you would have known that, to be honest with you, being a loyal follower that you are.
Oh, absolutely. I've got my virtual front row seat as always, ready to keep things fun and maybe toss in a few cheeky lines whenever you need. Let's have a good show.
We're at the end of the show, so as per usual, we're looking for a joke that's absolutely got some humor attached to it, if possible. No ladder jokes. And I want the joke to be all about eBay.
All right, eBay it is. No ladders in sight. Let's see. How about this one? Why did the eBay seller break up with their listing? Because it just wasn't buying what they were selling. All right, it's a bit of reseller cheese, but hopefully it gives everyone a little chuckle.
It wasn't funny, let's be honest.
Fair enough. I'll take that on the chin. Sometimes the cheese doesn't land. Let me dig a little deeper in the joke jar next time. Thanks for keeping it real.
Can you give us a joke for Emsden UK on YouTube? Paul's birthday, and they love sausages. You know they love sausage parties and stuff like that. Will you give us a joke to end and include sausages and Emsden and say a big happy birthday at the end?
Absolutely. Let's cook up something a bit tastier then. How about this? Why did Paul's birthday party at M's Den turn into a sausage fest? Because he couldn't resist grilling up a sizzling birthday surprise. Happy birthday, Paul. Hope it's a banger.
Sorry, mate.